Alright, welcome back to my Demon Souls Soul Level 1 NG+7 Pure Black World Tendency melee only walkthrough. We're in the Valley of Defilement and holy fuck is this level annoying. If I hadn't cut out all the failed attempts to set up hyper mode on the first enemy, you would probably die from boredom, and that's only the failed attempts to set up hyper mode. So that's before actually going through the level. Make sure you have plenty of soul remains in your inventory because you're going to need them. Also, a blessed weapon is crucial against the boss of this level, and for going through the swamp in the next level. Many of the enemies here have spears and therefore quite a bit of reach, so your best bet against those enemies is to use a spear of your own. Also an important tip for this level, and especially the one hereafter, is to be careful with your lock-on. The lock-on in Demon Souls is a tiny bit screwy, and given that there are enemies all over the place and on different heights, you may suddenly be locked onto the wrong enemy, which is likely to get you killed. Another use for a blast weapon is the fact that you can take little fall damage in hyper mode. Crescent gas is not going to work as that will heal too much and take you out of hyper mode. The advantage of soul remains is that you don't have to be that precise when throwing them. As long as it's in the general area of the enemy, it will be enough to distract them. Of course, if you want to lead them to a specific spot, then it's a different story. So if you want, you can aim with a bow for a specific throw. Always be careful that enemies can still hit you by accident, since they aren't merely drawn to soul remains, they actually attack them. And like always, you should already know where the enemies are, so you can ambush them instead of the other way around. These plague rats can also be distracted with soul remains, but if you don't keep moving, they will eventually come after you. You'll notice that I'm looking up here, and that's not because more rocks may fall down, but because there are enemies up there that can occasionally jump down and ambush you from behind. Make sure to stab these leeches from as far away as possible, as they will explode and poison will kill you very quickly with your health this low. Now make sure to lure the enemy at the front towards you so you can deal with them one at a time. This is just before the boss area and there are no shortcuts, so dying at any point before beating the boss means that you haven't made any progress at all. Well, apart from the rocks, they won't fall down a second time. Leechmonger is a very tricky boss to do on Soul Level 1 New Game Plus 7, without cheesing him from a distance with a bow or with magic. The reason for that is that you automatically lose health just from standing in the water, because it's filled with leeches. Fortunately, there is a safe spot behind this wooden structure. Now here's the trick to this fight. You want to switch between the Dragon Mace and the Blessed Mace to keep your health right around 30%. In other words, the Blessed Mace will counteract the draining effect of the leeches, and the Dragon Mace is for attacking the boss. When you hide behind the wooden structure, you are safe and you have an opportunity to attack when you see the leeches crawl up on the boss. As soon as that animation starts, switch to the Dragon Mace and run forward. Then immediately after attacking, switch back to the Blessed Mace and hide behind the wooden structure again. This means, however, that when you run up to the boss, your health is draining, and when you're holding the Blessed Mace, you're slowly healing yourself out of hyper mode. So the timing here is very precise. In fact, it's a bit too precise. Keep in mind, however, that you can't take your time with this boss, as he slowly regenerates his health. So if you take too much time, all the damage you just dealt will have been healed already. So quickly rinse and repeat until the boss is dead. And finally, after all that, there is a checkpoint. In the next level, you'll need to have the regenerator ring equipped in addition to the Blessed Mace. If you have both equipped, you will out-heal the damage you take from walking through the poison swamp. Also make sure you have some Royal Lotus in your inventory, as you will eventually need to remove the poison effect altogether. Right before the first enemy, it's safe to drop down. Then equip the blessed mace and follow the wall and the wooden structure all the way around. This way you can avoid all the enemies up to the first fog wall. Don't bother fighting the enemies near the fog wall, you can easily sneak past them. Again, make sure you have the thieves ring equipped. After the fog wall, walk up the ramp for a couple of meters and drop down into the swamp. Now follow the wooden structure again until you reach the wall, follow the wall and then the next wooden structure. You will again encounter no enemies this way. Now it's time to exchange the regenerator ring for the clever red ring to allow the poison to slowly get you into hyper mode. The purple glowing enemy will follow you, but if you quickly go through the fog wall and then drop back into the swamp, you won't have to deal with him. Now follow the wooden structure again. You will encounter a ledge where you can get out of the swamp. When you get into hyper mode, use a Royal Lotus to cure the poison. Now things get a bit tricky as there are many enemies here at different heights which can screw up your lock-on system. Be very careful here and inch your way up to slowly lure each enemy towards you, one by one. Be careful of the purple glowing enemies as they can poison you from a distance. By the way, you remember when I said that you need both the blessed mace and the regenerator ring to out-heal being poisoned? Well, I didn't remember that myself. Now it may be tempting to go immediately to the boss arena to the right, but if you mess up, you'll have to go through the swamp again, so instead, go left to open up the shortcut. Now this is the only part of the game where you really need a long-range weapon, and since I put a restriction on using a bow or magic, I have throwing daggers equipped to deal with the mosquito-like creatures coming up next. Alright, time for another boss fight. The Dirty Colossus is weak to fire and blunt damage, so equip the Dragon Mace. He's not all that difficult. The easiest strategy in my opinion is to simply circle around him, avoid the flies and wait for him to finish his attacks. Although breaking his armor on his body will cause more damage, his arms are easier to hit and it will allow you to keep your distance. However, one thing to keep in mind is that he doesn't swing his arms a fixed amount of times, so make sure that he is actually finished before moving closer. Three more hits and the flies killed me. Well, at least that still counts. When the boss is dead, he stays dead. And it says I revived.
Are you sure about that?
Remember though that you can't return to the Nexus because it will shift the world tendency towards white. So let's go through all of that again. Okay, now for the only part of the playthrough where I'll be using a Fatal Rapier. This way you will only need to parry Garl Vinland 3 times as you don't have the benefit of the Morion Blade. So the extra repose damage of a Fatal Infusion makes up for that. You can use the fire to get into hyper mode.
Go forth, Garl Vinland. May you be unharmed. Leave us, Slayer of Demons. This is a sanctuary for the lost and wretched. There is nothing here for you to pillage or plunder. Please, leave quietly.
Now all you need to do is to first parry him twice. After the second time he will start to walk backwards towards Astrea. So make sure you get past him before that so you can block his path. Now be careful as he can also parry you, so bait an attack and deliver the final blow.
Dearest Desire, I have failed you.
Once Gar Villain is dead, make sure you heal yourself before going into the toxic swamp. And then it's time for the final tragedy before the end.
You killed him, didn't you? Very well. I can no longer resist you. Do as you like. Take your precious demon soul.
As you know, the final boss is a lore boss battle, and True King Aland is therefore the easiest boss in the game. However, given that this is New Game Plus 7 and you're on SL1, one hit will still kill you, so even though this boss is extremely easy, you can't actually be completely careless, because he still has attacks, so you can take a hit. Also, for some reason he has quite a bit of health, so I still choose to be in hyper mode.
Old one, I have brought thee what thou wishest, thy new demon. Come now, be good. Let us proceed below to its lair.
Aren't we there already?
You have been chosen by the Old One. Shalt thou seek everlasting demon souls? Then obey that naive monumental. Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here. Surely you have seen for yourself the pain, suffering that fills this world. And fight poison with poison. God is merciful. And so, create the Old One. The Old One will feed on our souls and damn the tragic realm of existence. You fool! Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
And that's the end of this walkthrough. Soul Level 1, New Game Plus 7, pure black world tendency, melee only, highest difficulty on the lowest level.
Thine work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the Old One back to slumber.
Now you can kill the maiden, but obviously I'm going to walk away, because come on, she's so sweet. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. If you did, please leave a like and hit that notification bell. And if you have a suggestion for a future playthrough, make sure to let me know.
At last, my duty is fulfilled.
Ah, what the hell, let's kill this bitch for the music.
The Old One sensed a new and powerful demon by its side. And before long, the world will be engulfed by the deep fog. Bring more souls.
Demon's Souls is not fair. It's completely busted. This game only becomes fun if you grind, so you can easily beat stages like this one. Just face it, this game sucks. It really does. It's just terrible. It's not fair in any way, shape, or form. It's completely broken. Fuck Demon's Souls, fucking stupid piece of shit. AES is asking me, why do I not like the game? Dude, are you not watching? Well, he says he missed most of the stream. Basically, I've come to a point where none of the stages are fair because I'm not high level enough to basically survive them. I die 1 to 2 hits, and you know, I can't beat. There's 2 or 3 stages I just can't beat them unless I grind to level up or get better equipment. I can't beat them. It's not like Dark Souls where you can just play and enjoy the game and never have to grind. This game, you're like, it's required to grind. It's so fucking bullshit. Cheating fucking garbage. Seriously, I'm so tired of it. I don't want to redo the fucking stage again from the start because I didn't kill the fat guy the first time to know that he cryptically had a ring that would open a door, go down to a basement, unlock another door, get an NPC that would help me with the boss fight because the boss is cheap and unfair. What the fuck? I just want to beat the game and be done with it at this point and never play it again because the game really is fucking garbage. Again! It's broken, dude, it's broken. The game is broken. What a game. What a fucking piece of shit. I already fucking beat this area, yet now the game's gonna just keep fucking me with random shit. That's all it is, it's random. It's all random bullshit. It's not, oh, the pattern beat me. It's, oh, look at this random bullshit. If Phil knew how to play the game, he'd be getting past these guys right away. Okay. That means I have to grind. So I keep telling you, you need to grind in this game to win. You can't just play it. You have to grind. Oh my god. This game fucking sucks. You have to grind. It's not like regular Dark Souls where you can just play it. In this game, you actually have to grind. Brit says, replaying a masterpiece of a game isn't wasting your time. You just called the most broken piece of shit ever a fucking masterpiece of a game. You're out of your mind. This game is not a masterpiece. It's not fair. It's meant to be a unfair game unless you grind. The grinding makes the game fair because then you have more health. You have the better armor, better weapons. Without just trying to play it legit like this isn't fair at all. It's completely non-fun. It's the opposite of fun. It's actually the opposite of being fun. Dude, this fucking game is fucking dumb as fuck. Come on. This is so stupid. Wow, dude, this boss is mad hard. This boss is hard as fuck. Dude, that's ridiculous. The boss is super hard. Because there's no way to know which was the real boss. There's no tell. No fucking shit. That's what I said in the first playthrough. I said you need to grind. And everyone gave me shit. How is this fair? See what I mean? The game is not fair. It's broken. The game is horrendously broken. Horrendously fucking broken. How ridiculous is this fucking broken piece of shit game? It really is garbage. This game sucks. The game fucking sucks. It's not, I told you, there's no stage I can beat. There's literally no stage I can beat right now. The game is so fucking broken. It's ridiculous. Unfair as hell. What the fuck? When, in the 4 times I've already been in this room, when did I ever have 2 arrows hit me when I was standing there? This game is so fucking random. Like I said, the game's much better if you grind. If my health bar was twice as long as it is right now, I'd be fine. I'd be able to kill this guy easily. Well, I can't beat him because I played the game legit.